Good evening and welcome back to Fan and Chatter TV and the Lottie Show and the first ever episode of the Arsenal Ladies. With me tonight, I've got my usual sidekick, which is G over next to me on the screen. I've also got a Canon Chatter first as well. I've got Matt below me on the screen. How are you both?
Really good, thanks. Excited for this.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, oh, brilliant. Okay, guys, I'm gonna run our brand new intro video, and we'll be back in a sec.
He's in the middle, checks back against Carter and scores. That is atypical for the Amina Margot.
Quickly gets it back again. Oh, what a goal! Well, that sums up her season. WSL champions.
Right, and we're back. As I said before, welcome back to the Lottie Show, the first episode of the Arsenal Ladies Show. Again, I've got with me G and Matt, and we're going to talk about something a little bit different to what Canon Chatter normally do, and that is the Arsenal Ladies, which is self-entitled itself. I think our first main thing that we need to talk about is Jonas Eideveld. He came in this year for Joe Montemuro this year as the new manager. Matt, how do you think he's settled in?
Well, he's done really well to begin with. I think it's also been helped that the club have also been given a little bit more financial boost. I think it's Vinay said that they put a little bit more money in, so we've been able to get the players that we want this season. There's some brilliant players in there as well, some good young players, some more experienced, and it's Jonas himself has just installed almost a breath of fresh air for considering what we've had over the last couple of years, and it's just nice to see something a bit different.
Okay, G, how do you think he's doing? I mean, he's won Manager of the Month 2 months in a row now.
Yeah.
What do you think of his high-paced possession football? It's a fresher breath air, as Matt has said.
Yeah, I absolutely love it. It completely draws you in to watching them. And his passion as well on the sidelines is just amazing, isn't it? You had it in your clip there, or his reaction when we beat Chelsey the first game of the season. Like that, just to me, on the first game of the season, to be reacting like that just shows how much he's really into the job. Must really get on well with the girls. He rotates them all so well, so it looks like they've got a real kind of family environment. To win Manager of the Month 2 months in a row is pretty awesome, and I'm pretty sure he's going to win some more too.
No, definitely. I think at the moment we're just absolutely flying high, aren't we?
Yeah.
With it, I mean,
unstoppable.
Raw passion. Yeah, no, definitely. Obviously, we've only had the one defeat this season so far, and that was at Barcelona. And as I've said to you a million times, G's, Barcelona are different gravy. They're current Champions League holders.
Yeah,
we didn't
it's not
give
a bad thing to have lost against them. You know. We're picking up the results, especially against Chelsea. I know in the end it was a bit 3-2, a bit close, but we were really good. And it looks like we are going to be right up there battling them. And the next time we play them in the league is going to be huge.
No, it definitely is. I mean, me and you've both got tickets for that game. So it's going to be very, very, very exciting when they come to the Emirates.
Absolutely.
Matt, so Jonas has obviously brought with him Simone Boy. She's played with him at FC Rosengard in Denmark. What do you think of her as a new signing?
It's been a bit of touch and go, really. She's only had 2 games. She's been injured, so you can't really give her a fair assessment at the moment. But when you look back on what we had last season, we did need someone just in case. she's been good to have in the squad as well. So it's a little bit more strength in numbers, which is good to see.
Yeah, no, definitely. As you said, you can't assess on 2 games, but do you think she'll settle in well once she comes back?
Yeah, she's only having a few minutes here and now, but it's good to see her and how she's doing. I reckon that once she gets, it might take about 10 or 15 games, but she'll find a rhythm and she'll be fine. She'll get along with everyone. I'm sure everyone's given them, well, you see from all the videos and everything that they take on Instagram, things like that, that they're always like a family, as you said, a family, and they get together really well. So hopefully that continues.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's just something about the togetherness for the women's. For me, I mean, the beginning of the season, our men's season wasn't fantastic, and I think what got me through it was watching the girls, and it got to the point where I didn't really care about how badly the men were doing, because there was something positive to look at from an Arsenal fan point of view. I mean, I think Iwabuchi has been absolutely brilliant since she came in. I know, G, you're a massive fan of hers.
Yeah.
So which one do you think she's settling in?
Yeah, she's a little midfield dynamo, isn't she? Like, she just picks up the ball and plays so like carefree, and it looks so easy when she's on the ball, which I just absolutely love. She's obviously scored a few bangers as well. We'll get to that later, but yeah, obviously we were quite like lacking in players, and now we've got more players on the bench, and you know you can't really at the minute pick a starting 11. They're all really, really battling for their positions, so you can never really guess it. So yeah, I think she's just fitted in absolutely perfectly, and she'll be a good player in the next couple of seasons as well for us.
No, definitely. Actually, you just mentioned my next point. I mean, how do you think Jonas actually picks a starting 11? There's so much. I do see from like watching from my point of view. I mean, I think there's so much depth to choose from. Who do you choose as a constant starting 11, and like a constant rotation? It's a difficult one, isn't it, Matt?
Yeah, and I think that's the good point. We've had players away with the Olympics; they haven't had much of a rest as well. Viv this week has had her a bit over a week of rest. So has Caitlin and Steph and Lydia as well, because they've been over with Australia, and Tobin as well. Always forget about Tobin. But you can't help but notice that we've got great players, and if they've got good form like Beth Mead has had, then you don't really worry about where the goals are coming from, and you don't really consider how bad we're doing defensively, because there's not really much to worry about. I think we've got some brilliant new talent in there. Some of them that haven't played yet, but there will be chances for them to show what they can do. Maybe in a few games, maybe they might have the game against Koga. You never know.
No, definitely. You never know what Jonas is going to put out. So it's always exciting, especially with the fixtures that we've got coming up, which we will talk about later. But I'm just going to have a look and see who's joined us tonight. Oh, the box is jumping tonight. Yes, we got Albert JTV in the house. Yes, Van Totti's in the house. Yes, I'm running the show tonight, Albert. There's another one. Good evening, my bestie from Penzance, G, and good evening, Matt from Albert again. Oh, sorry, guys. We've got Keith in the house from Mostly Arsenal. Good evening. And Tommy has joined us as well. Good evening, Tommy. And we've got Boris in the house, Mr. Boris as well in the house. Their first game of the season against Chelsea won me over completely watching them this season. Yep, I mean, Chelsea are a tough side, aren't they, Matt? To come up against.
Yeah. I think when you look at their front line as well, recently I'm going to get her name wrong. Paderna, I think that's how you say it.
That sounds right to me. That's probably how I'd say it.
Yeah, she's the one bailing them out at the moment. And everyone keeps on saying, "Oh, it's you got to worry about Kerr and Kirby," but they are a tough side, and it's good to see that we're seeing such a competitive side. Usually, over the past couple of years, it's only been like a 2-horse race. This year, City have dropped off and we've sort of picked up the slack. But it's good to see that we're up against it and we want to compete. We're not just there to make those numbers up in that and just get the Champions League qualification.
No, definitely, it is great to see. I mean, we've won 15 league titles in the Super League. So could it be 16 this year, guys? Do you think? Or
I think we have a really good chance. The way we're going, unless, well, actually, I'm not going to say that because I'm not going to jinx anything. But yeah, we're certainly on the right track, and like we said, the togetherness and everything, and the fact that so many players are scoring goals. Like there was Arsenal put up earlier that in the group stages in the Champions League, we scored 10 goals and 10 different scorers.
Wow.
Like
that's just incredible.
That just shows how well they're all doing. That the fact that pretty much every position is getting goals for the team.
Yeah. All right. Oh, 2 more comments. Mr. Boris says hello to everybody. And then got Tom Kirby's a Reading lady. Okay. Anyway, back to the new signings. I mean, we've got one in particular. She's our number 14. She's the club record signing for 38 years since we've been around, and that is Nikita Paris. I mean, the last few games, well, we watched her in West Ham. She was hitting the woodwork every time, and then she finally got her goal in the Koji game. I mean, what a relief that was for her. Just like her celebration, it wasn't a celebration. It was more of a relief on her face. I mean, I've watched it back a few times, and it's just a brilliant goal. What have you made of her so far, Matt?
Yeah, it's quite hard because considering that she's gone from the WSL to France, and it almost looks like she does need some time to just relax, get back to the basics of the WSL for her to shine. But with the rotation and everything, she's shown that she can score, especially in the Champions League. She scored some vital goals in qualification for that as well. So hopefully it won't be long until we do see her score. Because that's the other thing that's hanging over her. It's it's going to be her 50th goal when she does score in the league.
Oh wow, that's incredible! I didn't know I didn't know that stat. So that's a brilliant one to actually be told. It's actually pretty cool. If the 50th is with Arsenal, that's the icing on the cake, really, isn't it? I mean, we've also got Frida Manum. I think I've pronounced that right, from Linkopings in Sweden. G, I know you enjoy watching her a lot. So yeah. How do you think she's settling in?
Brilliantly. She's solid. Like, she's absolutely solid. She's fitted in perfectly, I think. She scored a cracking goal the other day. Just another decent player that can, when it's called upon, will get in there, put herself about, put in a shift in, and help the team. So you can't really complain. I don't think I've seen anything from her to think like, I'm not sure. I would pretty much always have her thereabouts in the team.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I quite enjoy seeing her alongside our captain, Kim Little. Mm-hmm. I think that their relationship is going to grow very, 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 very well.
One to be like the strong one and the legs, and one to be the little nifty one in and around with the skills. They work really well together.
No, definitely. I mean, Kim's everywhere, isn't she? Really. She's scored she scored twice at West Ham, I believe. And it's just once that first goal's in, the floodgates just open. We all of a sudden it's just a new energy through the team. Would you agree, Matt? Yeah.
Just to go back on Frida, one of the things that I'm on the Red Cannon Discord server, one of the guys is Norwegian, so he knows a little bit more, and they consider her to be the highest, like their high profile. So their Odegaard, their Haaland. Oh. That's how high that they rate her. So to hear that and say that she's signed for Arsenal, and then you're seeing her score goals, you're seeing her make those sort of tackles, you've got something special in your hands.
No, definitely.
But yeah, Kim Little, I like to think of her. It's a bit weird to say, but she's almost like I would say like a hybrid of Steven Gerrard and Santi Cazorla.
Ooh, that's a
in
good shout.
where
That's
she
a very good
she
shout.
will take the games by the scruff of the neck and just score goals, or she'll got but she's willing to put in that defensive work as well.
No, definitely. I mean, we don't have obviously in the men's we don't have a lot of leadership, and it's nice to have that leadership on the pitch and actually see there are players out there. There's leadership, although it's the women's team. It's just nice to see we do have some leaders at Arsenal, not just. I don't know how to describe the men's leadership at the moment, so I'm not going to say. I think my favourite sign of this season is probably it's got to be. I know it's a free transfer, but it's got to be Tobin Heath. I mean, her record speaks for itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like 177 caps for the USA. She's played for Man United. She's obviously big over in the US. I mean, how lucky are we to have her, guys? Seriously.
Yeah, massively. And in some of the games, her experience has really helped, especially in that Barcelona game when she came on. That's pretty much when we got the goal, and we're looking really strong at that point. So I think, yeah, sometimes, she is a little bit older maybe in the last couple of years, to be honest. But I think having that around the youngsters is just going to work so well. And she's still got it. She can still bring in something out of nothing, play a pass out of nowhere that you think, bloody hell, that was good. Yeah, really excited. And obviously she's a gooner, so she's going to give everything every time she puts the shirt on.
She's an Arsenal fan as well, which also helps.
Yeah, no, definitely. It does help when you've like I don't know what it is, but I find that when we've got players of any for men's or women's, if they're already Arsenal fans, they play about 10 times harder. And you didn't seem to get like more out of them, which is it's absolutely brilliant. I mean, I think, even the Hale End boys, they know what it means to play for Arsenal. You see them coming through. But anyway, back to the ladies. We've talked about the men already. Also this summer, we saw the renewals of my favourite personally is Kate McCabe. Leah Williamson stayed on for another year, and also Williams. We know McKay plays that whole left field more or less. Matt, what do you think is a great signing? We've managed to keep hold of her, I should say.
Well, it's important really, because I think those first couple of games everything was going through Katie McCabe.
Yeah.
So it was obviously in the mindset, and Jonas as well, to make sure that some of these players were getting the contract extended. Or maybe it was Joe that said, look, you need to extend these people's contracts. It's quite nice to see that it's happened, and I think she's happy here, and that's the main thing. Hopefully, is this going to be the same problem we're going to have over the summer with Miedema's contract as well? So if we can perhaps win trophies, if we can show that we're not just making up numbers in Champions League and things like that, if we can make sure that we're ready and progressing and developing as a club, I'm hoping that these players will stay on.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I didn't realise Miedema's contract was out next summer. I mean, when you think about her calibre, it's actually kind of scary. Like we can't afford to lose her, although she's not the only one who scores all the goals for us, which in the past has been said. It definitely has to be said. I mean, we've got Jordan and Leah teaming up all the time. I mean, they had a really nice goal against Spurs together. How happy are you that Leah's staying, G?
It's vital, isn't it? Like, she's born and bred an Arsenal fan, and you wouldn't really expect it unless it was like the likes of Barcelona or Lyon. I don't think she will, especially not in the league anyway. There's got to be something huge to tear her away from Arsenal. And yeah, she's already proven to be that step higher. You know, she's become temporarily the captain of England for a couple of games, which is huge. Think of all the players they have with a brand new manager as well. And for her to be given the captaincy, I think is just literally amazing. And yeah, she's already scored more goals this year than she has any other I think she normally averages like 2, and she's already on 3. So she's sort of getting herself in the positions. And yeah, she's obviously mainly a centre back, but she has been playing as well for England, just in front of the back 4 sometimes, or back 3, as a bit like a midfield role. So she's quite versatile as well, which can help if we lack in that area. We know that she can also step in there, which I just think just brings so much more to her game as well. I'm so happy she's staying.
No, definitely. I mean, normally we see at the back, we see Beattie in the back. I mean, she hasn't exactly started. It's been her and Lot at the back at the heart of defence this season. Do you think Beattie's going to get back in, Matt, at all?
I think again it's down to squad rotation and making sure that we can make sure that no one's feeling the fatigue around this sort of time. We've got a few more games of the Champions League left. We've got an international break as well over the next couple of weeks. I think and then into January we have I think it's the League Cup is starting at the knockouts, which we start in. So it'd be interesting to see what will happen, but I'm hoping that Jen's been quite solid when she's been playing with Leah or it's been Lottie. So hopefully whoever's playing, they can carry on and just keep this run going.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, can you imagine having another season when we're undefeated? I know we've done the sextuple. Sorry, that sounds very rude and crude, but we've done it. We've won all. I think that's sextuple 6. We've won all 6 in one season. Do you think we could do it again? And we're the only team to do so. So it's another nice shiny record to Arsenal's name. Do you think it's all possible again at all, Matt?
At the moment, I would throw the I word far away and chuck it in the bin, because this league, you don't know what's going to happen. There could be an injury. Look what City's happened. Mm-hmm. They've had injuries. They've had even I think they had Karen Bardsley at one point. Now she's injured, so their third choice goalkeeper is playing instead, which is why we won 5-0. Just if we are to win, it would be nice to get a trophy for Jonas first of all. If it's against Chelsea, then that would be a little bit of icing on top, because it's against Emma Hayes. If it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be, but hopefully you get something. That'll be the important thing, just getting something this season.
No, I totally agree with you. I mean, I'm going to the FA Cup final. It's my first women's game as well, so it's very, very exciting stuff. And I just hope we can pull one over on Emma Hayes. But it's all to play for, really, isn't it, Jay?
Yeah, absolutely. And what a game that's going to be. You know, some people will argue that the first game of the season is always, any result can happen because it's the first game. And obviously, I think we played really well. Maybe the venue helped it a little bit as well, and the crowd and stuff. But yeah, I think getting to Wembley, the amount of tickets that are starting to be sold, I think they said like it's 20,000-ish now. And I think that's only going to go up in the next couple of weeks before the game comes round. Just the occasion, I think they'll be so up for it. And then, when you want to win a cup, you want to beat the best teams. So it's going to be really interesting to see how we turn up against Chelsea in that game, and also how they turn up for us as well.
No, completely agreed. I mean, it's all exciting stuff. But yeah, no, definitely. Hopefully we can get one goal in, and then the floodgates will open up as usual for us. As I said earlier, but we've scored a lot of goals this season. I mean, a lot of people say that Miedemar carries us, but I've got a fun stat for you. There's only 5 players, minus the keepers, that haven't scored for us this season.
Wow, that is good.
So everyone is on that score sheet. I think I'm going to ask you guys what your favourite goals are for this season so far. It's not goal of the season, but so far. I'm going to come to you first, Matt. Let me just get this picture up. Matt, so what is your favourite goal this season so far?
So I've gone with my second choice because you had my first choice. It's the Manu Iwabuchi goal against PSV. and I just like the way that it was quickly done. I think it was Beth Mead with the corner, and it was just a quick pass, and she's got that skill just to get past players and then just lets her rocket in. It was brilliant to see, and it's nice to see that this team is doing so well. And just this was something where I think you could see that maybe this is where we could potentially be over the next couple of years with good players, good possession, the innovation from the players as well, not just to be relying on set pieces and things like that as well. So it's going to be interesting to watch out for.
No, definitely. I mean, I've only started watching the Arsenal women's properly this season. I've been watching sparsely over the years, but I haven't missed a game this season. And I think Iwabuchi is just, she's absolutely brilliant. I mean, she's in the right spaces at the right time. I think she's absolutely brilliant, personally. I haven't got any complaints about her. I mean, I'm going to come on to your goal next because it's also another Iwabuchi goal.
Yeah. An absolute belter.
Yeah, it is an absolute, complete and utter belter, which I completely agree with you. I mean, oh, no, wrong screen. Sorry, guys. I knew that was going to happen tonight. But yeah, no, it was against Tottenham in the FA Cup.
Yeah, I mean, what more could you want to score against Tottenham early on in your Arsenal career in the FA Cup to send them out? It was a great strike, obviously, this picture gets, but what got it for me first is the nutmeg on the edge of the 18-yard box first. I think it did look like, if I remember, I haven't seen it for a while, but if I remember, it looked like we were just about to lose the ball, or it was a bit slightly overhit, and she manages to just get something on it, nutmeg the girl, and then the smash it top in. So, yeah, perfect. What a way to start your goals for Arsenal. And as you say, just such a great player. How she was playing for Villa before is like how no one else got her up before us is unbelievable. But certainly someone that's going to be outstanding for us. No complaints from me either. Just class.
No, definitely. Do you think she's going to be up the top of the goal scorers, Matt? At the top of that list?
Yeah, probably. And I think that's down to actually playing for Villa last season. I think she knew what she was doing when she moved from, I think it was Bayern Munich to Villa. She wanted to get to know the team. I know Arsenal was a lot of the players were saying come to Arsenal because Viv knows her, and it's Lisa. Lisa, they were just telling her to come to Arsenal because they needed that sort of creativity, and I think she's gotten a little bit of, once she got a taste for the WSL, that was it. She knew what she was doing, and she's been able to develop a little bit more over this season.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, she's going to absolutely shine. I think, and she'll be up the top. I think she'll give Miedemar a run for her money as well, in terms of goal scoring. But the next one, I'm going to share my favourite. I know it's your favourite as well, Matt, but it's got a big goal of the season. I mean, when Arsenal put this up, I said, sorry, boys, this wins. This wins. I mean, score from 40 yards out.
I was at this game as well. This was my first Arsenal game.
Are you serious? That is incredible. No wonder it's your favourite. I mean, Matt, tell me about it. Like, what was it like sitting there to watch that 40-yarder go in, and she shot that ball like she actually meant it? I mean, what was it like?
It was unbelievable, just because that day it was Hannah Hampton really that was keeping Villa in the game, and then that second half with Iwabuchi again, she came on and just made it a lot different. Made the difference. When we just told her to shoot, and she thought, okay, I'll have a go because it was a loose ball and it went in. It was a brilliant goal, and the look on her face when she turned around, it was almost as if someone, like, you're little again and your mum's just made you your favourite dinner or something. She was just like, oh, sort of thing. It was really good. But then you got the a little bit before that, you got Leah making the sort of thing. So that's become a meme now. So it was quite fun, good to see that live.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I watched that on the BBC, and I was like, how on earth did that go in? I mean, you just don't see that like in the men's game. You just don't see it because obviously because of the hype, but it was just absolutely incredible. It's one of my favourite goals from her. It has to be. I mean, how do you stop her from scoring as well?
She's a left
How do you
back.
stop her? Exactly.
You know, she's not a winger as such, and she's not a striker. She's pulling off goals like that.
Yeah, no, I know, but like Matt, is she stoppable? Do you think this season, Katie?
Well, I think the fact that she's a natural winger, so she can play in any of those three positions, it helps her to adapt. But I think the best way, if you were to stop her, you would need someone sort of very more attacking minded, so that you put her on the back foot, so she can't make those step forwards. But just one of those things I remember is I think it was the game the next game after was the West Ham one. When she scored, she just looked as if to say, again, really, have I just scored that? It was really good.
Yeah, no, definitely. I completely agree. I mean, you just look at their faces, and it's at the point, as I said, they score for fun. All right, let's see how we're going on with these comments. We've got Keith, smash those likes. Yes, please do. We've got 6 of you watching at the moment. Let's see how many likes we can get. I think Tommy is talking about Paris. I think she's been a bit hit and miss.
Yeah.
To be fair, she really has, hasn't she? She's been a bit hit and miss, but I think once she finds her rhythm, I think she'll do absolutely fine. Scored a screamer against Everton. Tommy, who are you talking about? I'm just trying to think. Everton.
Marnham.
Yes.
That was the goal.
That was the goal. That was a very, very, very nice goal. And we've got Antonio's in the house. I'm here, my sister Lottie. It's just still working. Great to see your show. Thank you, Antonio. And Mr. Arsenal podcast is in the house. Evening all. 15th FA Cup coming the women's way, no problem.
Don't jinx it,
That's
Ryan.
what I was thinking. I've just read that out as well. Me and Ryan are doing a watch with them tomorrow, so I will tell you guys more about that later. Ryan, again, the fact we aren't halfway into the season and already have scored 50 plus goals in all competitions, that is pretty incredible, right? Considering
it's madness. It's like Man City in the Premier League.
It's madness. Yeah. Oh, I know. It's brilliant. I mean, that's, I guess, what you get for high-paced possession football, right?
And being ruthless.
Yes, exactly. And there's no hesitation. And one thing I love about the women's game is there's no hesitation. Absolutely no hesitation from them at all, like we get with the men. Absolutely love it. The Fridge
they seem like they're not happy to just settle for a 2-0 or 2-1. They want to go out and be to their full potential, and maybe that's a bit of Jonas in them as well. It's like, just carry on, just go and show everyone how good you are.
They're a lot more aggressive as well, which I've always liked, is that players do show their aggression when you see it. Like I hate using in the men's game because we're meant to be talking about the women, but it's sort of like someone will slap someone in the face and then they'll go down diving like it's there tomorrow. Whereas you'll get someone like I'm trying to think of someone around that. Little, she'll go around, she'll fight for every ball, and it's just installed on them to be aggressive and try and stay off it, and that's something that you don't really see as much.
Oh no, you definitely don't. I mean, I remember seeing Leah Williamson thrown on her head. If that was Cristiano Ronaldo, he wouldn't. She was literally flipped over, and she just got straight back up. If that was Ronaldo, he'd be sitting on the floor for about 10 minutes. I mean, these women are just absolutely invincible when you think about it. But there's no need for the theatrics. I mean, I'll give credit due where credit's due, but Barcelona, they've got the theatrics. They have got the theatrics of the men. Are we agreed?
Yeah.
I mean,
time wasting.
Yeah. Arguing with the ref.
Yeah.
Everything. I definitely think there's a drama school happening in that direction.
That was a really weird stat, though, wasn't it? We had 12 fouls, 6 yellow cards.
Yeah.
in that game, and they had exactly the same fouls, and they only got 3 cards or something like that. It was ridiculous.
Yeah. No, it was. It wasn't fair refereeing. I came to the conclusion that Barcelona paid for the ref's haircut, which was actually kind of awesome. But it's just, I don't know with that game. Hopefully, we have a fairer game when we go to the Emirates. I should say, not Meadow Park. What am I talking about? I'm going to that game as well.
Yeah.
Okay, got another comment from Tom. Steph the other night, top bins, but McCabe's against Villa is up there too. Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, that was
to score your first goal as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. Definitely. It was a brilliant, absolutely brilliant goal. Stephen's in the house. Hello, Stephen. I see you watching. Thanks for getting images for some of these pictures. It was just the one. And Ryan, McCabe's goal v Villa was literally the best by far this season. Yep, I'm totally with you. Matt had I don't know if you were listening, Ryan, but Matt had the privilege of actually being there. I'm completely jealous. Mm-hmm. So lucky. It was Frida. Good guess, Matt. Thank you for that. Thanks, Tommy. All right. That was really good. So we're just going to take a quick break and we'll be back with you in a second. Welcome back to the Lottie show and the Arsenal ladies. And now it's time for the North London derby preview. I mean, it's one of the fixtures of the season as an Arsenal fan. It's one of the ones I look forward to every year, and I'm really looking forward to the ladies' games because we beat them in a friendly 4-0 at the Hive already. We beat them 5-1 at the Meadow Park. And we're on a run of 6 wins. As I said earlier, we've only lost to Barcelona this season, and I can't see us losing to Spurs, if I'm honest with you. I don't want to jinx it, touch wood. I am touching wood, don't worry.
Fingers crossed.
I mean, the Lily Whites have won 4, lost 1 and drawn so far in the last 6. The last meeting was obviously a 5-1 win in the FA Cup, which we've spoke about. And then, I mean, do you think the girls are going to be up for this tomorrow, Matt, at a 1:30 kickoff?
Yeah, whenever it comes to a North London derby, I think it's installed from them. A lot of them know what it means. Some of them will have gone to the North London games already or would have been told about it. I think it's Leah and Kim that will be the driving force. It's telling them what it really means. It will be definitely a good one to watch. Fortunately, this season they've stepped up a little bit. So it'll be interesting to see how they go. Just in general, I think one to watch is their goalkeeper, Spencer. Rebecca Spencer. So hopefully she has a bad game and fingers crossed.
Yeah, no, I mean, I know their goalkeeper is really good, but we've beaten before. I think we've got this, G. What do you think?
Yeah.
Win it twice. Can we go for the third?
And again, a bit of extra motivation. You know, we've obviously won all of our games. The one game you really don't want to lose is this one. So yeah, a bit of extra motivation tomorrow. Again, it's on TV for us. Mm-hmm. So hopefully some more people will start getting behind them as well. I'm not sure how aware they are of that, but I hope they can feel that they're really bringing in extra fans that maybe would just watch them in, or maybe, you know, the ones that maybe watch here and there. But deep down, I really hope that they feel that connection and they can see that them as a team are bringing more supporters to watch them. Because how amazing would that be if knowing that you're bringing in the way you're playing and the good vibes that you have are bringing in more fans to watch it. So yeah, really looking forward to it tomorrow. Can't wait. Every time the game comes around, just can't wait to watch them.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's just exciting, especially with these international breaks. I know England's are currently playing at the moment, so it's nice just to have some regular football on. If I used to find the international breaks very boring. I don't watch international football unless it's a competition. I don't see the point. But it's just nice to have something else to watch, and I'm really looking forward to it. I know earlier I said it, like we spoke about how difficult it is to pick a starting 11 with this team. But earlier I had a bit of a play around with the team sheet, and I think this is possibly the starting 11 we'll see tomorrow. I don't know if you guys can see that. I will zoom in a bit more. Let me know when you can see. Yeah. I'll scroll up in a second because Paris is cut off at the top, I'm afraid. But this is possibly my starting 11. I can't really see Beattie starting in the heart of that defence, as I said earlier. But what do you guys think, Matt?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much correct. Though the only thing I'll probably say is Paris probably plays more on the wing than Miedema. Miedema plays as the striker more than the winger. But it'll be interesting to see what they do, because this team's very interchangeable. You could, if depending on how defensive you want to go, you could have Walty and Manham. Depending if you wanted to go further forward, you might have Iwabuchi in there. There's plenty of players that could be swapped and changed, and it's almost so hard to predict. And if you get it right, I mean, it's very, very. I think there's a very slim chance that you would get it right, but I think that's as close to the team as possible, I'd probably say.
Yeah, I mean, Mead only played for half hour on Wednesday night. Yeah, on Wednesday. So I think I do feel she's likely to be definitely likely to be a star. Even Miedema, she didn't play the West Ham game. Me and G were in London watching that at the time. So I think all is possible, really. Is there anything you would change, G?
No, not really. I think to be fair, the front three can literally just swap among themselves.
Yeah.
As the game goes on, because they can all basically play on the wing, and they can all, in a way, I think Paris can lead the line sometimes. When she's on her day, she can do it. So literally all of them could just go however they're feeling, whoever they're up against on the other side as well. Just interchange between the three of them. And yeah, apart from that, it's, although there's obviously, you've got like Heath and Iwabuchi, I think that's pretty much the strongest starting team that we should go for. And it's a really exciting team full of loads of good names in there too, isn't it?
Yeah, I know. I mean, as Matt, like we've all said, the rotation is just absolutely unreal. I mean, I'm not sure how Williams is going to get into that goal this season. I really don't.
Yeah,
Matt, can you see?
She's been outstanding. I think I put it down earlier. Something like she's 12 appearances. Have got like 9 clean sheets.
Wow,
when you think you're playing in the Champions League too, that's an amazing stat.
Yeah, no, that is incredible. I mean, considering we don't get to talk about those clean sheets unless it's
plus a penalty save in there too.
Yeah. Where what's this? I think the stats is she's faced 5 penalties against the opposition, any opposition in WSL, and she saved all of them, or it might be in all competitions or something like that.
That's absolutely brilliant.
Yeah.
And we'll be facing Austria in the European Championship, so it'll be interesting to see what happens if there's a penalty in that game.
Definitely. I mean, me and Miss G over here, we've got something in the line for that. So Matt, I might have to bring you on again. So guys, keep an eye out on our tweets. We're up to something. But yeah, no, it's just absolutely incredible. Let's have a look at these comments. Oh, Harry Kane scored. Joys.
Woo.
Oh, Keith, I fancy another goal fest against the other lot incoming. Ooh,
come on.
That sounds really good. I mean, 4-0, 5-1. I mean, I've had a look at some of the pundits today, and they've said 2-1 to Arsenal. I don't think it's going to be an easy 2-1. No way. Matt, what do you think?
Oh dear, I'm really bad with predictions. The last time I predicted Arsenal to win was on a Bergkamp Wonderland against Aston Villa, and we lost the game 2-1. So I try to stay away from predictions and get them wrong. So usually say they lose 1-0 or something like that, and hopefully everyone proves me wrong. But this women's teams are amazing. I'll say 1-1 for the draw for the moment, but I know that's probably going to be wrong, and the girls will prove me wrong.
No, of course. If any of you girls are watching, prove him wrong, please. We want a goal first. That's why we love you so much. G, what scoreline are you going with?
I'm going to go for a nice 3-0.
Ooh, nice.
But I think it's going to be a while for the first goal to go in. I think it's going to be quite tight for a bit, as it was in the FA Cup. It was quite tight for a long time, and then as soon as we managed to break it, hopefully a couple of goals will come in.
No, definitely. I think maybe second half the floodgates were open, but we'll see. Warren's in the house. Hello, Warren. Welcome back. Haven't seen you in the chat in a while. And one more from Tommy. Marty's is quality coming up from the back. I think
that's true.
Plays right back. From what I've seen this season, definitely she is
strong.
I mean, she's brilliant. Like, I think they're all brilliant. I know I keep saying that's really bad, but no, I mean, you don't get many wingers, fullbacks, I should say, not wingers, that come down the back, down the front like ours do. Do we, Matt?
No, and I think that's another thing that we probably got over other clubs is the versatility of our team. Whereas you've seen with City have lost players and then they're worrying about who they can play. Chelsea seem to have problems with fullbacks and they haven't really addressed that. So maybe that might be a bit of an advantage for us over this season. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
I hope it's an advantage for the 5th of December. I really, really do. I mean, I think I'm going to go with a 3-0. Which I'm going to go with you, Joe. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to go 3-0 Arsenal. If it's higher, all the better. I mean,
exactly.
I want a couple of
the more the merrier.
For Jonas, every time Jonas has had a game, it's always been Arsenal have scored 3 goals or more, apart from the Barcelona game.
Yes, I've seen that stat. We average even against the wonderful Lily Whites. I'll be nice. I'm not going to call them potatoes today. It's always been 3+ goals, always, every game. So
love that.
Here's to hoping there's
going to give some advice to the men, please. Get them scoring.
Do you know what I'd really like to see? I'd like to see our women take on the men, just to teach them a little lesson. A little lesson to wake up. I think that would be a wicked game. That game would be a sellout as well.
Imagine in like a charity match.
No, definitely.
And so many people, or even if you did a mixed.
Yeah. No, definitely.
Like, there's enough to go half and half.
Yeah.
That would be quite interesting to see who sort of like links up and stuff. Like you have Miedema on one team and then Aubameyang on the other and see who scores.
Yeah. Wow. Do you know what? I think Miedema would run rings even around Ben White and Gabriel. I think she'd run rings around him.
Yeah.
Actually,
we should try and make a mixed 11.
Actually, that's a good shout. We might have to do that. I mean, who would you have
for a bit of fun? Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'll do it now and see what our teams come up with. I mean, it's not hard. Who would we have in goal, guys?
That's hard.
That's tough.
You have a think about that?
Between Zinsberger and Ramsdale, that's quite a hard one.
Yeah.
Who would you have though? Who would come out on top?
For me, I think it would be Ramsdale. Because in that game, it's a bit of a cheeky game, isn't it? And he'd have a laugh.
Yeah, no, definitely, Matt.
I'd probably say Zinsberger. I know there's.
You're gonna leave me the decider, guys.
There's a bit of experience over. I think that there's only two years difference between them, so it's quite different. But it'll be quite interesting to see.
No, definitely. I mean, do you know what? I'd have to go with Zinsberger as well. She's doing absolutely brilliantly at the moment.
Yeah.
So I think she just tips it over Ramsdale for me, I'm afraid. Right. Now the worst position, I think, on the field to choose.
I just thought that. I was like, oh my God.
It's going to have to be the left back. We've got Tavares, Katie, or McCabe. I think there's someone else in that list. Matt, have I missed somebody?
Goot and I think it's Maritz. No, Maritz plays on the rock. Yeah, I think it's Maritz. Yeah, it's Maritz.
Yep. How do we choose? Obviously my vote goes straight off to McCabe. No questions asked. Because KT's been off form at the moment, but Tavares has been sublime so far. G, who are you going with?
I'll go for McCabe for this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would put Katie further forward, and actually I'd probably... Who do I have? I'll probably say Tavares for the moment.
Okay. Actually, that's a very good shout. I've already said McCabe.
Yeah, because we lack left wingers, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
We do.
So that could be a good shout.
No, definitely. That is definitely a very good shout. I mean, right. So centre backs, we've got Gabriel, White, Holding. We could throw Callum Chambers in there. And then we've got Leah Williamson. We've got Webber Moy. I probably said her name wrong again. And someone else I've missed.
Boy.
We've got BT in there as well, and there's probably one more.
Boy, BT.
I'm making you work tonight, aren't I, Matt?
I'm going to go for my pairing of Leah and Ben.
Oh, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
That's
it's
a very
close
good
with
shout.
Gabrielle, but I think Leah and Ben next to each other would be really good.
You sure he won't be too distracted?
The girls and the boys.
Yeah.
Will be like gone. But yeah, no, they would be quite interesting, I reckon.
Yeah, no, that'd be a really good shout, actually. But I'd probably go for Gabriel instead of White.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be interesting, but I'm definitely with you with Leah. Matt, what do you think?
Yeah, I think Leah would be pretty good in there. I'd probably say Gabrielle as well. I think maybe Ben White would be a bit distracted with everything going on. If he's got a Zimsberger behind him or Ramsdale, it doesn't matter who's behind him, he's going to get shouted at.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think Zinsberger will give him a run for his money, though.
Mm-hmm.
Right, now we've come to right back. Who have we got? We've got
Steph, Anna Patton.
We've got Tomiyasu and got
Cedric.
Yeah.
Cedric is not even in the race.
Straight up, nah.
He's not even in the race. Do you know what?
That's hard.
I'm actually going to go with Tomiyasu. Because as far as I know, I don't think Steph plays with both feet. I haven't seen her. I might be wrong, Matt. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Steph doesn't play with both feet, does she?
I think she can pass with her left and her right, but I don't think she's both footed.
Okay. Matt, who are you going to vote for?
It's quite hard. Let's try and think. I think I'd have to go with Tomiyasu. Just sort of get that a little bit more height in there because he's 6'3" and he's quite versatile as well. So if you wanted to, he could. Can't remember who we picked as the left back. I think you said Katie. But if Katie was to bump forward, he would slot in and they'll move across, and then it would be quite versatile to do that.
Yeah, I think we ended up sticking. Yeah, we've ended up sticking Katie down the left at the back. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, no, it's quite good. Right, onto the midfield. This is going to be fun. We've got Sambi, 34. Sorry, I do apologise, Matt. We don't say his name on his channel.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. That's fair enough.
We've got Sambi, 34, Thomas Partey, 80 Maitland-Niles. And then we've got Walty, Little, Manham, and is that it? No, there's one more. There's one more, Matt. Who's the other one?
Manham,
Walty,
Schneiderback.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
No worries. All right, G, you've got 3 in the middle. Who are you picking?
It's really hard. I'm going to have to put Party in there. And I'm going to have to say Madam as well.
Yeah.
Because I really like her. And those two together would be solid, I think.
Yeah.
And I'm really tempted to go for like Little just in front.
Yeah.
I think that would be my 3, I think.
Oh, that's a good
Although
shout.
I'm worrying about the top now.
Do you know what? The top is
they're my
the
3.
hardest for me to pick. I think I'm not too worried about the defense and midfield. It's the top that's going to give me problems.
Mm-hmm.
So no, that's a really good shout. I mean, man and Party in the middle, that would be really good.
Imagine.
Sorry, I got it wrong. Schneiderback plays in defence.
Okay, no worries.
Jordan Nobbs.
Oh.
Jordan
Nobbs, Iwabuchi, Leah Walty, Marlon Goots, Frida Marnham, and Kim Little.
Oh my God, how do you choose from that?
That's hard. I'm still staying with my 3, I think.
Yeah. Okay, Matt, you got to pick a 3 for the middle.
Oh, I think I'll probably go with Jordan and Kim.
Yeah.
And then I would probably have Sambi, just so he can have the experience of playing with players that he wouldn't normally do.
Right, I think Kim Little is unanimous. So I'm going to put her through the middle. Manham as well. I think I'm going to keep her there. And I'm kind of torn between Party and Sambi. I absolutely adore Sambi. Anybody who does watch Canon Chat Out, I absolutely adore the guy. Oh, I don't like the deciding vote. This is horrible. Do you know what? I'm going to go with Sambi. I'm sorry, G, but
no, that's cool. I love him too.
I think it would just be really interesting for him to play alongside Little, be bossed about by Little. I think it would just be hilarious.
Yeah.
Right, the part I've been dreading. Right, so we got our front 3 from the men's. We've got Lacazette, Aubameyang, Smith Rowe, Saka to choose from, and then obviously when we go back to the women's, we've got Miedema, Paris, and as Matt is, if I missed someone again.
Yeah, I saw. You got Heath, Ford. Yeah, McCabe's actually down as a striker on the Arsenal website.
Yep, she is.
You got Paris, Miedema, and Beth Mead.
Oh my God, what? Oh my God, how are you supposed to?
I think I've got it.
You've got your 3. I'm going to let Matt go first, G, because you went first last time, Matt.
Yeah.
I'm going to put you on the spot now.
I'd say Beth Mead, Miedema, and I'll probably say Lacazette.
Ooh, nice. Very nice. Actually, that'd be interesting. Interesting to watch, actually. I think Lacazette would actually be really good for Miedema, come to think of it.
Hold up for her.
Yeah, no, definitely. G?
Mine's different. I'm going Aubameyang up top, Viv to the left, and Saka to the right. Because again, they can all just go wherever they want. It doesn't have to stay where they are.
Oh wow. The thing is, Aubameyang doesn't like to move, so
yeah, but he still can. And Viv might, if she starts scoring more, out you go.
Well, I think Viv at the moment, Viv is completely in at the moment because she's definitely one I would pick. I go with me. This is annoying. Do you know what? I'm going to drop Mead and Mar. I'm going to go with Mead, Smith Rowe. Do you know what? I'm going to put Viv up front. I'm sorry, boys, but can't not have anything without Viv. So, right, we've got the Miedemar's definitely in. Who else did you pick, Matt again?
Miedema, Mead, and then I went with Lacazette.
Right. G, you said Mead as well, didn't you?
No.
Oh, God. Right.
It was Saka, wasn't it? You chose
it was Saka, Aubameyang, and Viv.
Right, we've got one spot left. Because Miedema and Mead came up twice. Got one space on the left. If that makes sense. Guys in the chat, can you help us out who to put on the last before I actually create this?
Who would you pick?
On the left-hand side?
Or just in general, who would be your front three?
I went with Mead, Miedemar, and Smith Rowe. On the left. I love my Smith Rowe, and I love my Sambi as well, so... This is a tricky one. Who do you put them? I tell you what, Tommy, if you're still watching, we're going to give you the final vote. Who are you going to put there? Smith Rowe? Saka can go there. Or who was your third one, Matt?
Lacazette, but Lacazette would play more on the...
On the right, yeah. Matt, do you want to throw a new name in there?
I would have probably gone, if I had to drop Lacazette, I would have probably gone either Saka or Smith Rowe.
You got to choose one.
I would probably
then you can have the decider. Yeah,
I would probably go Saka, but
Saka it is.
It's hard. It's quite hard to name a name.
No, it's very hard.
No, it is really hard. But this starting 11 does look very, very nice. Actually, I can't. This wasn't in my plan tonight, but you know what? It's actually a really good shout. No, don't worry about it. Honestly, it's been a really great show, guys. Right, I've downloaded that. Let's get this open. And here is our...
Oh, who are we going to have as manager?
Oh, I haven't decided on that. I haven't done that yet. I was coming to that, Miss Impatient. And here is our combined 11 for tonight.
Nice.
Got Zinsberger down in goal. And then we've got a back four of McCabe, Gabriel Williamson and Tommy Asu. Middle of the park, we've got Manham, Little and Sambi. And then up front, we've got Saka, Miedemar and Mead, which I don't think is bad.
Nice.
Matt, who are you giving the armband to?
Oh.
I don't think you can give it to anyone but Kim Little.
Of course
and I think because she's just the way she is, I reckon if something was going bad, she would go mental at the male players.
Yeah, no,
it would be quite funny, but at the same time, it would be one of those things that would be brilliant for them.
Definitely. Right, G, I'm going to hold on to your manager thoughts. I have a think and decide. I'm just going to go back to these comments. Tom, it's a tough 11 if I think about it, but Mido definitely brings something else when she's on the pitch. I'd say she's our star player for the season. Definitely 4-0 plus to the Arsenal. Wow, that's a big shout, Tom. Very, very big shout. Tommy having a laugh at Cedric. He doesn't even make the cut. Not even with the ladies. Beth Mead, 100%. Okay. There's the deciding vote. We've got good evening, Russ. Hope you're well. Yes, Tom, it was on the left. We ended up going with Bukayo Saka. Matt had the deciding vote over Smith Rowe. A little bit disappointed, but it's okay. It's okay. Ryan, nothing less than 6+ goals for us tomorrow. Oh, we're feeling very confident tonight, guys. Tom would play Mead up front. Okay. I'll give it to Leo for the captaincy. I think that would be interesting. G, what do you think?
Yeah, that's a good shout. Yeah, I would probably agree, actually. As much as I love, obviously, Little, it would be nice for her being at the back and seeing it all unfold to lead. Like, you'd want to see her lead the line, wouldn't you?
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, leading for the back.
She's the natural successor, sorry. She's the natural successor to that role anyway, so it'll be an interesting little experiment.
Yeah. No, that would be. Isn't Jordan Nobbs vice captain, though?
Yeah.
That would be interesting. That would be interesting, especially with what G mentioned earlier, with them not being together anymore. So it's going to be, be interesting if that. No, it is heartbreak, definitely. Completely agreed. But it's going to be absolutely interesting. And Tommy's with me, Emil Smith Rowe on the left. Thank you, Tom. But yeah, no, and that I think that's everything, guys. So thank you so much. G, where can they find you?
Yeah, thank you for having me on. It's great to be back with you as well. I'm co-hosting / sometimes hosting the North Bank Summit. You can find me on Twitter at LilTrigger2. And I'll post when I'm on the show as well. So if you want to follow me, you can find me there.
Brilliant, fantastic. Matt, where can people find you?
So I am. Oh, sorry, go on. Sorry.
Go on, continue.
So I'm at Matt LR28 on Twitter. I usually do tonight I would usually be with the Over and Over and Over Again Arsenal channel, talking to them about with the Arsenal win, but Lottie asked me on, so I thought I'll help you out all out. So hopefully I've given a bit more out, and thank you for inviting me because it was really fun tonight.
Oh, brilliant. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself, Matt. I mean, thank you for coming on to Cannon Chatter for the first time. G, my favourite number one Cannon Chatter fan. I absolutely adore you, you know that. So thank you again for coming on. I just want to say a massive thank you to the Travel House Chelsey for being our sponsors, and also AFW Clips, who actually created my intro video. I really appreciate it. Guys, if you're ever looking for any confirmations of the Arsenal women's goals or anything, definitely go and check the Twitter account out. It's absolutely brilliant. Thank you for tuning in, guys.
Down for the long run now.